That's a good start. That's a big one. That is awesome. What is up, my party people? New Lake, Lake of the Ozarks. Stop on the way home back to Ohio. Water temperature 61 degrees where I'm at. We got an Airbnb around mile marker 70. I drove down a couple miles. I'm at 67. I was just driving around looking, seeing what looks good. We're in a cove off the main lake, and we're about to fish a cove off of that. Gonna start out with a shaky head on this little point. So, should be interesting. I know docks are a huge deal, so I was kind of driving around looking for a cove that had some docks in it. Oh, we had a bite. Something took a nibble. Could be spawners. Something took a nibble on my snaky head. Got him. That's a good start. That is awesome. Fat pre-spawn. That bass is gonna go close to 5 pounds, probably right under 4.5 is what I'm calling it. $449. 451 449. What a way to start our Lake of the Ozarks trip. That full of eggs. She may have been on a bed. Her tail was red. Thanks for coming. Yes, sir. Thanks for coming. There we go. There's a bass right there. Jumped up out of the water. This guy from a mile away. Little guy on the spinnerbait. That's a big one. Big one on the spinnerbait. I think that fish has already spawned out, honestly. That one might go 5. $4.76. It couldn't give it to me. Well, I think we gotta call it for our first day. The wife brought us here, so we better make her happy. But of the 4 baits that I tied on specifically for today, I mean, I had the flipping bait already on. I didn't catch any on that. I didn't throw much. But I tied on 4 baits this morning. One was this big spinner bait. I caught 2 on it. One little one. And that last one was 4.75. Very first fish of the day. It's the 4.5 on the shaky head. Caught one on the shaky head with the brush hog on it. Only one on the chatterbait. I had to get one more bite on it. We didn't really lose any fish today. We caught 5. 3 littler ones, and then a 4.5 and a 4.7. You can't really complain about 2 almost 5 pounders. Very first day on a brand new lake. This place is massive. This place is beautiful. This place is awesome. We get another chance to go catch a few tomorrow, so stay tuned. It's back out here on Lake the Ozarks, our second and last day out here. Change of original plans a little bit. My original plan was to do a whole lot of scouting around yesterday and then go back and try to catch a lot of fish today. We didn't get to run around as much as we wanted to yesterday, scouting stuff around, because it was miserable trying to run around a lot, because it was like 25+ mile/hour winds. So I mean, we did run around a little bit, but we're not going to go back and hit any of those places because we fished them good and we caught fish. And I just kind of want to explore more of the lake. So that's what we're going to do today. Explore and fish at the same time. Little guy to start today. We found some little guys. Oh, that's a fish. There we go. A little better fish. Fish is still eating pre-spawn, eating shad, full of eggs. Do not enter when flooded. Sounds like sound advice. Got him. Didn't get him. Hey, all right. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up our time here on Lake of the Ozarks. Yesterday was much better than today. Today, the only thing we caught fish on was these two baits here. Both the shaky head, one with the brush hog, one with the plum worm. I was throwing a different brand worm too, plum. They were eating that one too. No big ones today. We made the run up about 10 miles to a creek called Rainy Creek and didn't really pan out. Caught small fish. Biggest one was about 2 pounds. One was still full of eggs. So not all these fish have spawned yet, but I think part of my issue with not really being able to get on them super great is the fact that a lot of them are spawning or wanting to spawn, and the water is just too muddy if they are spawning. I'm basically just blind casting in areas where I think they might be spawning. I have no history on this lake, but I did get the first one. I think the 4.5 came on the shaky head, and I'm pretty confident that she was on a bed, but she still had eggs in her, but her tail was actively bleeding. Other than the shaky head, we caught very few fish on the chatterbait, maybe 1 or 2. And then we caught a couple on this big spinnerbait. One that was like a pound and one that was like 4.75, so we couldn't get them to go on that. Any moving baits today, even though there's a shad spawn going on over here. The bass seem to not be interested in it at all. Which leads me to believe that they're spawning probably. Or they got their fill this morning and they're just hanging out waiting for the water to clear up a little bit more and spawn. But I don't know. That's it. This place was fun.